Hello, and welcome back to the Action Network Soccer Betting Preview Show. My name is Michael Leboff. I am the soccer editor here at Action, and today I am joined by Anthony Dabbundo from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and BJ Cunningham from Clinton, Iowa. BJ, what is your favorite Premier League bet this weekend?
I'm going to go Chelsea, Southampton under 2.5 goals at plus 115. I mean, Chelsea defensively under Tuchel has just been unbelievable ever since he took over last January, allowing only 0.73 expected goals per match. This season, defensively, they haven't been that great, allowed 6.61 expected goals through the first 6 matches. But a lot of that came against Liverpool when they obviously got the red card at the end of the first half, and against Manchester City this last weekend. For example, Chelsea's allowed 108 shot creating actions this season, but 57 of them have come against Liverpool and Manchester City. In fact, their other 4 matches against Aston Villa, Tottenham, Crystal Palace, and Arsenal, they've only allowed 2.83 expected goals. Now, Southampton hasn't really done anything offensively. They haven't scored in their last 3 matches. They only have 4.5 post-shot expected goals off of 7.4 expected goals. So the expected goals they are creating are not high quality. But their defense has stepped up over the last 3 matches. They've only allowed 1 goal and 2.82 expected goals against West Ham, Manchester City, and Wolves. And in fact, they held those 3 offenses to their lowest expected goals total for the season. So I only have 2.46 expected or goals projected for this match. So I think there is some value right now on under 2.5 goals at plus 115.
Yeah, I'm actually on both teams to score yes, plus 105. Hopefully the game ends 1-1 and we both can kind of cash our tickets. I just don't really think this Chelsea defense is quite where it was last year. And I know that they had the historically good defensive run from January to May. They won the Champions League because of it. They got in the top 4, but they haven't been quite as good. And FBref has them at 7.2 XG allowed. And I know a lot of that came down to man, but even when you factor out that, they just haven't looked quite as solid. They've been allowing quite like 1 or 2 big chances that they just weren't allowing last year. And I just wonder if that's sustainable. As good as they were last year for a whole season doesn't seem necessarily possible. Conte's been in and out of the lineup, which definitely hurts their defense. And Southampton, a little bit due for some regression to score here. I mean, they have, like BJ mentioned, have not scored in 3 games, but they have created enough chances that they probably should have gotten a goal against Wolves. They gave City a couple pretty close scares that didn't really register in the XG chart, but they, look dangerous in creating chances. They just didn't quite get shots off of it. So this Southampton team, I've been a longtime fader of the Saints. I've faded them almost every game this year, it seems. But I think they're going to get on the board here. They may still lose, but I think they're going to get on the board. So give me both teams to score yes at plus 105. And I think Chelsea is due to concede some goals.
I like Crystal Palace. They're playing Leicester, who once again is a team that we're betting against all throughout the season so far. Palace against, you can throw the Liverpool match out. West Ham, Spurs, Brighton, they won the XG battle in each of those. They got a win and 2 draws. They look good under Patrick Vieira. I think quietly that they've been pretty impressive. They're kind of like Wolves or Brighton was last year. They're not getting the results, but the process looks good. Conor Gallagher, you could put in for him to be maybe Premier League Player of the Month. He's been awesome with his flowing blonde hair. And Leicester just hasn't been that good. They got lucky in a 2-2 draw against Burnley, which VAR ruled out. Last second winner for Burnley, which is a game that I had the money line on. So I'm happy to go back against Leicester again with Palace at plus 210. And from there, let's just go over our entire Premier League card. Anthony, we'll start with you. Run it down for us.
Yeah, so just mentioned my best bet is Chelsea and Southampton, both teams to score plus 105. Already talked about that, so we'll jump right into the next one. Leeds United minus 135. My projections have them at minus 150 to win here. Watford's looked pretty bad against every team not named Norwich in this league so far. There's a reason to say that, Watford could probably get some counter chances and threaten the Leeds goal, given how bad Leeds have been defensively. I think this is a really good get right spot for Leeds, who only have 3 points through their first 6 matches. Their underlying numbers suggest they're running a little cold defensively and offensively. In my next game, I have West Ham and Brentford, both teams to score yes, minus 105. Brentford, really impressive stuff. They were due to concede some goals. They did. They were due to score some goals. They did. Ivan Toney's been, I would argue, the best player in the league. Not named Jack Grealish so far this season. So he's been extremely impressive at doing everything for this Brentford attack. And Mbeumo's been pretty good too. But defensively, Brentford, I'm still not buying their XG against numbers. They weren't that good in the championship last year defensively. I don't really buy that they're going to be a great defense in the Premier League, even though they've been good so far. They've only played one good team who created a lot of chances and scored 3 goals against them. So I'm going to take both teams to score there at -105. Also show a little bit of value on West Ham, but really don't want to get in front of Brentford at the moment. And then I mentioned it on our other video, which you can check out on the Action Network YouTube site. We previewed Manchester City and Liverpool. I like City on the draw no bet line at -135. Just think they're the best team in the world right now, and I'm going to ride them until they let me down.
I'm going to go with your Everton, Michael, +1 at +105 at Manchester United. I'm still not really convinced that Manchester United is up on the level with Chelsea and Manchester City. Brighton, draw no bet at +110. I don't want to go against my Gunners. I don't really want to, but purely based on numbers, you have to take Brighton in this spot, especially getting him at +110 on draw no bet. And I'm going to go West Ham -120 against Brentford. I still think Brentford's due for a little bit of regression. Obviously, they're a very good team, but history is really not on their side with teams coming up from the championship.
All right. Yeah, I'm with you on Everton. I like the money line, obviously 6-1. You said it. United, a bit of a luck box. And Everton, their expected goals numbers are really good. They're not really getting the credit that they deserve. I don't know why. I think it's because everyone's talking, Brentford and Brighton, et cetera, that Everton are kind of flying under the radar. They're dealing with a lot of injuries, and they're still putting in pretty good performances. Andros Townsend, Anthony just said Ivan Toney's maybe been the best player in the Premier League. I'll raise you, Andros Townsend. I like Brighton to get the job done against Arsenal. On the money line, as Anthony said, we discussed City and Liverpool at length in a separate video on our YouTube channel. I like Manchester City on the money line, and I like the Spurs Villa draw too. I mean, Nuno Spurs, man. And I mean, what are you gonna do? Like, this team, I think they only have one way to win, and that's to shut a game down and try to park the bus and hope Harry Kane can run on a ball. And I think that kind of style will lead to a low event match against Villa, who, yeah, they're getting results, but maybe not as impressive as their actual results say. If you look at the underlying metrics,